Ladies and gentlemen, live from T-Briz Studios, it's the Adult Baby Show.
I'm a sweet boy.
I'll let a girl suck any part of me. I mean, honestly.
It's just in my mouth, just.
Oh, like, I'll try anything once.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except getting to work on time.
You just ruined my day. Fuck your day.
Oh, let's get the feet involved.
It's not a nut. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud with you.
Some people
Yeah.
are absolutely
Uh-huh.
disgusted by me.
He ain't lying.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 292. I am B.
Chick.
I'm Ryan.
And we have second time?
Yeah, it's my
No.
second time.
I
Second
thought it
time.
was at least third.
Tom DeCillis.
No, it's been like I was your first episode, your pandemic episode.
You
Remember?
haven't been on since the pandemic?
No,
We
we're
were
outside in your
outside,
backyard. I
yeah.
brought the tea.
I noticed.
I remember the tea, but I thought you also were on once in your apartment.
No, that was that podcast that never happened.
Oh, that's
The murder
right. The
podcast.
murder one. That's
right.
okay.
That was the best episode,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Wait, there was an adult babies.
No.
Not
No,
adult
it wasn't
babies.
Adult Babies.
We
It
production.
was
had-
awful.
We had a podcast.
Good idea, but bad. What do you call it? We
Yeah,
didn't
so
really nail
it was basically it was me, Christian Hahn, Andrew Bergen, and Chic was the judge, and people would come on. What the hell did we do?
It was called "Will You Be Murdered" or something.
Yeah, well, and it was basically I decided if you you guys would attack guests for nothing.
Yeah,
you would just start to interrogate,
we were
like
interrogating. them.
heavily, and then like you would just ask weird questions, and then I think at the end it was just you would all go out, and then one of you was assigned as the lawyer.
That's
You were
right.
assigned my lawyer,
I
which
was
right
the
away
lawyer.
I knew I was.
Yeah, I was
fucked.
a terrible
I was
lawyer.
like, this is not.
I was not a good.
I was.
like
Be-
a
I
lot.
was.
It was bad.
Yeah, and then you would determine.
They told
the
me I had to
guilty or not.
kill everybody.
We put Chick in like a white wig.
Yeah.
and gave him a.
Oh my god. This
And
is
he
all on
had-
video and everything.
From what I
had
heard,
some video.
it didn't
In your
always
apartment?
go great.
It didn't.
you had
go
this
good.
many people in your apartment, all with microphones and cameras. And,
Yeah.
wow.
Well, mine at first, because I didn't know what to expect. So
Did
I'm
we
just
really?
I'm just smoking. I think I was stoned or something,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you guys went in and I got pushed back a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay, hold on. I had to take a deep breath, and then I
What
rolled
did we
with
scare you?
You just was super intense questioning. It was pretty fun,
But
then,
they were dumb questions.
But then I loosened up and I understood, and then I started asking you questions, and then you guys were getting mad. You're like, "Wait, no, we're interrogating you," and it worked. I think we had a good time, but from what I heard, it was
That
hard
was-
to get everyone on board
It
because you
was.
were really aggressive.
we were very. We would scream at people.
Yeah,
That's not good for the listener.
Yeah.
I
That'd be
remember though I got murdered for being too prude because I didn't let my cat look at my balls when I changed. That was what I was
Jeez,
guilty
yeah.
of. To show you how dumb
Yeah, I'm
this was.
I'm glad that didn't last.
Yeah, it was
Too bad this got lost to the.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no, what have we done?
It isn't even funny enough, I don't think, to bring back as
Right.
a funny clip.
Yeah, no.
That's something you would a watch along where you make fun of it, or that
Yes,
even that would not-
that might be, but even that would be a little too much. I don't remember too much of it.
Yeah, that's
to be
rough.
honest. It was like one of
Sounds like it's something better off just being forgotten. And
Yeah.
moving on.
Yeah.
it was
exactly.
definitely
So all
weird.
that being said, second time on the podcast.
Second time on the podcast.
So I can see why it feels like the third for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds like
we
maybe
spent a lot of time together.
the fourth or fifth, as long as that thing went on. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
We had a lot of lost episodes.
We did. Now, Tom, I noticed the first time you brought tea.
Yeah.
This time, nothing.
I brought a tens machine.
What is a tens machine?
It's like loosens up tight muscles in your neck
Oh, you
for
got
when
tight
you're
muscles?
old and you pull your neck. And
I should get one of
can't
those
move.
for work.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah.
Does it
Wait,
work?
so what was the tea was for him, or he bought tea?
All right, so I
This is like all the stuff that we used to do.
I'll give you a super quick. So I'm a loose leaf tea fan. I make a lot of loose leaf tea. Yeah,
That's a hobby
So-
of yours?
yeah, it's just something I'm into. I wouldn't, hobby and
Tea.
yeah. But anyway, so as many folks during the pandemic when we couldn't do stand up, we did other shit. So I just was doing these tea videos where I would like brew tea and then just talk shit, whatever. You know, it was just something
What
to do.
was it called?
Spill the tea with Tommy
Spill the
D.
Tea with Tommy D. That's
Yeah.
it. I
Okay.
like the name. It had a
You
good
know,
ring to it.
He
It's
goes,
just like,
he
you
goes,
gotta
I
try
like the
stuff.
name. Content wasn't a fan of.
It was
I do like the
alright.
name.
I mean, you know,
I
everyone
enjoyed
had.
it. The tea was fantastic.
So
Yeah,
I'm,
started
so,
drinking
I'm just
tea.
asking, when you brought the tea on the podcast, it was for you to drink?
Yeah.
All of us.
I brought some
Right.
iced
So
tea.
you were saying like, oh, last time you bought tea, this week nothing, and he's like, no, I did bring something. I bought something for my back. It's like
Yeah.
we don't care about that.
No, I know.
How can we benefit from that?
I just wanted you to know I
Are you
did
gonna
bring
loosen our
something extra.
muscles?
No, I just.
Is
my
that thing
neck
on right now?
No, it's not on right now. I had it
Okay.
on in the car, but like they're like.
But there's
full-
things that suck to your back right now.
Yeah. There's like
Oh
little
my
pads to
goodness.
loosen up the muscle. I couldn't even move my neck like yesterday. It was ridiculous.
What did you do?
You know,
You're just getting
being
old.
old. Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
felt my neck tight in the morning. Well, I have the headache thing, you know, like the headache thing I have. So that gives me tight muscles a lot.
Okay.
Too
And
much
then-
tea, maybe. Is that causing the headaches?
No, definitely not.
When we say headaches, like migraines,
I have a condition called daily persistent headache.
You never
which-
saw his act?
Never saw my act.
not enough to remember anything.
I have it's a
Fuck me.
headache condition where I've had a headache that's lasted like 6-7 years now. At this point.
Jesus.
So it's just constant headache, but like it's not that bad right now
Mm.
because I have like treatment and stuff that keeps the pain like. Picture, you know, it's like when someone has like a back pain,
No, I get
constant
you.
back
Yeah.
pain. It's like
Ugh.
that, but it's constant. Like,
Headaches are crazy though.
but like, so because of that, my muscles get tense, and I went to like pick up my shoes, and then like
Ugh.
I was working it out all morning. I'm like, all right, I'm feeling kind of looser. I'm ready to go, and I'm about to like get in the car to go to a gig, and I like leaned down, and like I felt my whole shoulder just knot up, and I've been just trying to work that out. So you know, this
Ugh.
is fun. This is
I
good
feel like
conversation.
you're Sam Jackson to my Bruce Willis.
What does that mean?
Was
I
that
don't know.
Unbreakable?
I never saw that.
Well,
movie.
Sam Jackson was the one that always would always get hurt, or he couldn't. Which one was Unbreakable?
Wait,
Bruce
Samuel L.
Willis?
Jackson.
Bruce Willis.
Oh, Samuel L. Jackson was Unbreakable.
No, Samuel Jackson was Mr. Glass, right?
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
the one
yeah.
that was
He was-
extremely
Yeah,
breakable.
Bruce Willis. Was it Bruce Willis? Was
Bruce,
in that movie?
he was unbreakable. Yeah, he was.
'Cause
unbreakable.
I feel like-
all right, I got it mixed up. When I think Unbreakable, I think of the villain, and I'm like, that's Samuel L's Unbreakable, but
I
no,
don't
he
know
was
this
extremely
movie.
breakable.
You've never seen? Don't they all go to? There's Unbreakable.
Glass.
Then there's Glass. I
And
don't
then
think
they
I've
had
ever seen
There's a third one.
There's
Yeah,
a third one called with
Split.
an S. Split.
Split.
Yeah.
These are
Split.
3 different movies. We're talking
yeah, they're
about?
all
Yes.
M Night
Yeah.
Shyamalan movies.
Never saw one. I never even heard. Of
I only saw Unbreakable, and I thought it was great. I think it's maybe the only M Night Shyamalan movie I actually like,
and explain the
Interesting.
premise.
including
The one with the aliens.
Signs.
Signs. I didn't like.
Well, I
what's
thought
the one
Signs
that?
was good.
But what was the
I
big
never
one with the
saw
kid who sees
Signs.
dead people?
Oh.
Sixth Sense.
Yeah,
That
didn't
was
like that one either.
Shyamalan.
Yeah, I think that was his breakthrough.
I knew
breakout
that.
movie.
If that was, that's definitely his break. That was a great movie.
I like.
Yeah,
that
I didn't like it.
I like Mark Wahlberg in the beginning. No, Donnie Wahlberg.
Was that Donnie Wahlberg, his old patient? Or
The skinny, crazy,
that
weird
was him?
patient.
I
Yeah,
don't
that was
know. I don't
Donnie.
remember
Donnie
that.
Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I saw it much later when I knew, I knew the swerve was exposed to me.
Do you think that affected
Absolutely,
your dislike?
because as I was watching it, I'm thinking like, yeah, of course he's dead. Like none of this shit makes sense if he's not dead. So I watched it being like, he's sitting across from his wife for a whole dinner, and like she's not saying anything to you. Like none of this makes sense. Like,
bothers
but
you.
people love it if they go back and watch it. Like they still enjoy it.
I
But
saw
I don't
the
know. Just to
Split.
me, it was like very obvious.
I think
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw Glass. I saw Unbreakable and I saw Split. But then like I feel like other M. Night Shyamalan movies, like I just feel like I'm about to be lied to the moment. They're like, do you want to watch
Yeah.
this movie? I'm like, the movie
Yeah.
where they're gonna deceive me the
Uh-huh.
entire time. Like it's kinda
Yeah.
like, well, I know his trope now.
Yeah.
So I don't even really
What
I don't
else
watch
did
a
he
lot of
do? He did
movies,
The
but-
Village, right? Was The Village him?
Yeah, maybe.
also
Is
I
that
didn't see-
happening?
The girl in the
Oh,
water.
I did see that one. That movie was
Was
What
it girl
happened?
in the water? So is that him?
on the water.
I didn't see a
Let's
lot.
look
of
it up.
Wait, can you
The
just
Happening-
explain the premise of those 3 Unbreakable? Those kind of sound interesting.
Well, they're like loosely superhero movies, right? 'Cause,
Yeah, they're like
or, not as a superhero.
I'm gonna
movies, but
leave
like,
this to to
People
that.
I don't
are
really remember. I haven't
looking-
seen it in years.
But I'm
I-
not good at describing.
I
it.
just-
then,
I
then
just-
you don't have to describe it.
so
That's what I said.
there's
I'm gonna
like
leave it to them.
basically they're just saying like there's people that almost like mutant type people
Okay.
that have like special attributes about them, and then it's just about like a couple, like one of them in Unbreakable, he just literally like he survives like this terrible train wreck, and he just goes out unscathed. So then, like, and then I didn't see Glass, but he's like really intelligent, but basically his bones are made of basically like glass, like it just shatters and stuff. And then Split was about someone with like 25 personalities or whatever.
Yeah, that guy was multiple personalities.
They somehow kind of link them all together.
I still don't understand the link. I also watched them all.
Glass.
So and I don't remember Glass enough to Split
Maybe
was
I
kind
did
of
see
cool.
Glass. Maybe I did root. I don't know.
Probably did, but
I got
probably wasn't
nervous. I
good.
wasn't seeing Sixth Sense in him. I'm like, am I crazy? Was he not? Did he not do? But yeah, he did Sixth Sense.
Yeah, I think I did see it because it's about like the guy Mr. Glass is like a kid and like he's breaking all his bones the whole time. It's like just a movie about him being perpetually in casts.
He really is.
He's just like, I'm just constantly. Yeah,
it wasn't that good. It wasn't that bad.
Spoiler alert: he gets really fucked up.
But I this is gonna sound super like arrogant. I'm definitely jinxing myself in the next episode. I'm like, well, I broke my leg, but I often feel unbreakable. Because I've never gotten a headache in my life. I've never gotten a headache in my life. I rarely get sick. I've never broken a bone in my body. And I've put myself in positions where like I never got COVID once.
There's a bat over there.
I never
We
stopped
can test
working.
this theory.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
What happens?
You know what I think that means? I don't want to do this because I feel like it too. Like I've never had any major like health or things like that with bones or
just a
anything
lot of
like
underlying.
Exactly. It's just like I'm just waiting for the ball to drop.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm gonna get nothing, and then I'm gonna get the big thing.
Yeah.
Maybe
I've been in like major car accidents. Like I've totaled 3 cars. Like I flipped the car once. I was upside down. I crawled out of the window. I got a little cut on my head, and that was it.
I didn't know this about you.
Yeah.
And then it healed like right after.
Yeah.
Right?
I watched it just like.
First I was like, "Oh my god, are you okay?
Yeah.
What the hell are you, man?"
And I just always feel when I hear people that have stuff like this, I'm like, man, I'm really fortunate that I don't have like these headaches and like because I've had like a toothache that is like driven to my head for like a day.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is awful. But there's people that just have this all the time. Just like this.
I
this
feel like
pain.
there's 2 things to that. One, when you have it so rare, it's a big deal. So it hurts more. You're not used to it.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's also, is that really, it sucks to have to get used to the pain too.
Yeah, it's like
Would I have to like wake up and do something for your pain like that I don't have to do? Like I wake up, I just
like
go
every
I just go to
day.
work.
Yeah.
I'm just stubborn, and I just kind of like choose to like just deal with it.
Yeah.
just like
That's good.
I
I
just
just
feel
call that
bad.
stubborn. That's resilient.
No, it's good. No, it is good because it's like I don't know what's
I just
the
feel bad
alternative.
I just feel bad you have to do it. Like I don't have to
I
deal with
don't-
that.
whatever.
It seems unfair that you have to deal with that, and I get lucked out, and I don't have. You know, shit that you've had to deal with, and I
Yeah,
just.
but I'm
you too.
I'm very healthy.
yeah,
From that,
yeah.
like I always say that too. Like I've never broken a bone.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never.
Aside from that, I'm very healthy.
Because-
I mean, that's like anybody could say that. Like I have cancer, but besides the cancer, I'm very healthy.
I have. I had the kidney thing, but aside from that, I rarely get sick. I'm on immunosuppressant, so I should be getting sick all the
Right,
time.
and you're not.
I never get sick.
Right.
You know, I'm fairly healthy for
It's just
all my
everything.
issues.
Everything that you've dealt with is all like luck of the draw shit, and I
Yes.
just feel like I get luck of the draw on the positive side, and other people get luck of the draw on the negative
That
side.
is true. It
Fucking
is.
life,
Something
man.
will
Yeah.
happen. Something will
It's just
happen.
life.
Oh, of course something's gonna happen. Now that I've said it on a podcast, it's bound to happen. On
Yeah,
something.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Next week, we're gonna see Ryan's gonna be in a full body cast.
Well, guys,
Good.
turns out unbreakable. Very, 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 very breakable.
Breakable.
Exceedingly breakable.
Yeah. That's good. I just had it's different than that, but last night I went to a comedy show last night, and it was standing room only by the time I got there, and I got there like a half hour early. I was like rushing to get there after work and like get there because I knew this place always like the seats always fill up so quick, and I feel like people know this. You know the Bell House.
Oh yeah.
People know that the seats fill up, so people make a point of getting there super early. So I get there half hour early. I'm like, all right, you know, maybe there'll be a couple seats left. They're just as soon as you walk in, I see people standing. I'm like, well, there's no seats anywhere. But I'm like, I wish there was a chart, like some way to read your need, like a human's needs. Because I woke up at 4:30. I worked 12 hours unloading a truck, like physical work. Rushed home, you know, ate something quick on the way
Got-
and got there, and I'm like, I deserve a seat. Like, does anybody here like what did you do? I want to go around and interview people. What did you do today to deserve that seat? Like, you probably woke up at noon on a Saturday. You just hung out all day. You know,
Yeah.
like you did nothing. Like
Yes, you're right.
I wish there was a way to be like a physical way to show like I actually deserve a seat more than you. So can you get up?
Right.
Like, show
like
them
like
my
a Sims thing
But-
that hovers over
Yeah.
people's heads of how much work
Can
you
we-
put in.
Yeah.
But you could also credit the person who's like, I have something to do tonight. I have the ability to make sure I'm there earlier.
right. But this chart would incorporate all that. It's
Oh,
it's an unrealistic scientific a science fiction type of thing. I also like I've always fantasized about this about like wants and needs, like a way to like read our wants and needs. Like if we all have like a meter for like
Yeah.
how much we like how hungry we are. Like like the
yeah.
hungriest person goes to the front of the food line. Or like whoever wants something more, like I actually want this more, and it
This
like you
feels
can
like some Neuralink shit though.
This
that
Yeah.
is
they're
like,
gonna
what's
yeah, I
the
don't
show?
like it.
Black Mirror.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
don't
Black
like
Mirror
it.
Yeah.
episode.
yeah okay.
It
this
is a
my-
Black
That is, I
Yeah.
like it.
But
'Cause
it's like
there's-
like if you want something more, it's like you can show like in my heart I want this more, and I'm showing you like this is like I'm taking this because
Look
I
at
want
this.
it more.
You see this? I haven't come in 4 days. Okay.
like Black Mirror had I think the one episode where it's like how likable people
Yeah,
were.
yeah.
And there
That was like people were rating each other. Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was like walking around where it's like I'm a fucking 2 and he's a fucking 10.
How do you
I love
think
that episode.
That was a
you
great
would
episode.
rate?
As likable or like
Likeable or
approachable?
unlikable?
Or,
I think we know.
Yeah, just overall, you get one
I
number.
would say 5 because half the people would love me, half the people would hate me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
you,
think
you get
I
a lot
hit-
of 9s and 10s and 0s and 1s.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
what you would get.
No
Yeah.
reason partial to check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it
That's
would
very
be
true.
for me. I feel like it would be like a little skewed on the higher, but the bad ratings would be like zero. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm a pretty nice guy, but like I feel like the bad ones would be like some people would just be like, no,
Yeah.
absolutely not. 0 and 1.
Mm.
I hate this person so much, and then it would be like maybe some 6s and 7s.
Here's the thing: like you are a nice guy, but you fancy yourself a nice guy, and a lot of people
think
hate
that-
the people that
I
fancy
say,
themselves a
I
nice
feel
guy.
like I'm a nice
you
guy.
are a genuine nice guy, but like you lean into being a nice guy. And some people are like, "Fuck this guy! I'm so nice."
I try.
And some people,
I don't know.
some people don't like that about a person.
know, yeah.
And those usually people like to have issues with themselves.
Yeah,
Like
Those
they
are
have
the
things.
threes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
those are-
threes rate people
Yeah.
0s and 1s.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So they're like, "Fuck this guy! So nice." Bullshit. Nobody's that nice.
I'm a fucking 3 and he's a 7.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
him.
yeah.
What
How
do
about you?
think
What do you?
I was just gonna say.
What do you?
I don't know. I fancy myself as a good guy too.
I feel like you would.
But I don't know.
I honestly
Maybe
don't
there's
know how
people that
anybody
really
could
don't
dislike
like me.
you.
I was just
You,
gonna say,
I can
he's a high,
understand.
yeah, he's
I
a
like
high
you.
rating.
I think you'd be a high rating.
I-
person.
but maybe there's people that just secretly like, fuck that guy. You know? I don't
Everybody
know.
has that, but the bulk, I think, would be think
you don't
positively
give
of you.
people a like you're not abrasive. Like,
Well, we spent the first 10 minutes about how it was so abrasive during that failed podcast.
oh well, that
But
was
no, I'm not
you
But
were
that was the
leaning
point
into
of the
it.
podcast.
Yeah.
That's true.
And out
Yeah,
of all
no.
of them, I feel like you were probably the least.
Well, I'm the nicest guy
Intimidating.
of those two fellas.
Yeah, I don't see.
I feel like you asked me. You're like like shredded or grated Parmesan. They're like, but like,
Oh, yeah.
it was a lot of food based questions.
Are we
coming
back on
from
this
you.
failed podcast?
Yeah, we just doubled back. Chick, I blame Chick for that one.
Me?
What do you? What do you?
Yeah,
think
what
you
about
are?
your rating?
I don't know. I think I am likable. I think, but there are definitely people who don't like me very much because I can be like I can be pretty blunt and cruel at times. So there's people who don't like me for sure. So I get a lot of I get a lot of 0s, but I think I'd round out about an 8, 7 or 8.
I would agree. I would
Yeah.
agree.
Nice, cool.
I think you're an overall good guy.
Yeah.
So we're all
I would-
pretty
and I
good
would
except
take
for
that.
this fuckhead.
I feel like
But
anybody
I
who's a
feel
10.
like I have more 10s than everybody.
Tens.
No, you don't.
I don't think you have.
Here's my point. I think the people who like me love me, but the people who hate me hate me.
The people who like you are the
Yeah.
ones that you share the weed with, and then everyone else.
That's it.
Well, like I say it to B, and I go, I don't know if Ryan likes me. I mean, like I like Ryan, but like I don't know. I
Oh,
have
I
a
love
weird.
you. Yeah.
But-
Ryan, he's got a big complex that you don't like. Now it's out in the open. Yeah.
I wouldn't say a big complex.
Oh, I would.
No, I sometimes, and I feel like I know that sometimes in our text thread, I say mean things too, but I'm always like, I always want to be like, I love you. Like, I
And I
think it's
do, I
sometimes
get
there's
that.
a joke that's so on a platter that I can't not say
I
this.
And I
I
get
know.
that.
Yeah.
And I get that.
And I explained that to him too. And
Yeah.
you know, But yeah, that's funny that because he does.
No, I
You
think
do
he's
send
great.
a lot of those texts. Like,
I'm
Ryan
like,
hates
you're-
me, doesn't he?
Because I feel like there's things that I bring it back to one conversation about the smoking and how the people who smoke, and I'm like, that's me. Like right by a front door.
Wait,
or,
what's that?
Yeah.
It was just
One of my biggest pet peeves is
Yeah,
people who
one of
smoke
his-
in areas that I need to be.
I feel like
okay, I
I
get what
would
you're
hit
saying.
on a lot of his pet peeves.
What did I tell
yeah.
you? I once was talking to a girl and I said that I was going over jokes that I was doing. And I used to have this bit I wanted to try, and I could never. Everyone was always like, "No, you're an asshole for even thinking that and saying that." I was always like,
For
"I'm
even
trying."
thinking
I'm
and
always like,
saying
"I'm
it.
trying to be a better person. I'm trying to just not be so judgmental. So I'm trying to be on a 3-strike rule rather than like immediate fuck you rule." So like, I got to give you 3 things. Like, if you smoke, like I don't like it bothers me when people smoke, but it's like okay, whatever. I understand. I've been addicted to things. Like I'm addicted to sugar. Like I get it. Like I understand. Yeah, I'm not addicted
I
to
know,
feet,
I'm
but
joking.
yeah, like overweight people, like that. You know, like you see that, and sometimes it's like,
So far, we
overweight.
got
Wait, is that one?
smoking
So
and
1 and
overweight.
2. Yeah, that's 2 checks right there.
Well,
You're still alive,
Let me
though. You're
finish.
still alive.
Guys that wear a lot
Coughing,
of
coughing.
colors.
Strike 3.
let me
This
finish.
is my point.
Let me finish. But I actually had the thought today is like why like it's so mean. Like I've been overweight. I was 300 pounds. But like, I understand being like loving food, but it's almost like I want you to be. I was
Better
thinking,
towards
why
yourself?
do? Yeah, exactly. It makes me uncomfortable, like to see somebody who's heavy, only because I know how good it feels. I've been heavy, and I know how good it feels to lose weight, and I want you to feel that way. But some people, sometimes you see people that are heavy, and they
got
just
a
seem
good-
they couldn't be happier.
Some
And it's like
people-
I
yeah,
wish I was like you. I wish I could just
Yeah.
be
No, you
heavy.
don't.
That's
You don't wish you
like
were.
my cousin has always struggled with the weight. She's like the most pleasant, happy person
What's
you've
the
ever
third
met.
one?
Confident, too?
My third, well, it's
'Cause I
not.
wanna know what the third
these
is.
these were all examples. Like it goes on.
I know,
it goes
I
on
know.
forever. It's like if you're wearing a
It's
Trump hat,
never ending.
It's like to me, if you're wearing a Trump hat, to me that's all 3 strikes right there. Like, that's like
Can
boom,
I
boom,
tell
boom.
you, that's almost like if you're actually willing to wear the Trump hat. Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Because almost like you're being like kind of confrontational on purpose. Like if you want to support Trump, do it behind. But you're like promoting it, and,
And
like
you want somebody to
somebody
say
to argue.
I
with
think promoting or like flying merch of anyone running for president is gross.
Yeah.
I
so-
can't. It's mind-boggling.
The,
Yeah.
the longer they hold on to it, the crazier they look, and I don't think that people get it. I don't know.
It's when they make their whole personality off their political
Exactly.
choice. It's
You're
like,
right.
how are you? This
You're
is your
you
personality.
know what you are?
Right.
You're a nerd. You're just like
Yeah.
someone who's like, I love anime, and this is my favorite anime on my T-shirt. That's all you are.
Bizarre.
the
That's
same.
like my neighbor has the what's the anti-Biden flag.
Which one?
Go Brandon.
I
Let's
don't.
go,
It's
Brandon.
not Go Brand. I forget.
If it's
what
the
it is.
not my president one, that person can
No.
royally go
I
fuck
love.
themselves.
I love. Did you ever see those stickers of the gas prices with Biden that says "I did that"?
Oh, I love
and
that.
It points
Oh,
to the,
yeah.
the
and
high
then the gas prices went down.
They went down, so,
Yeah.
so that's the same
No,
thing.
yeah,
So,
it's probably-
like, did those people go around like taking those stickers off? Like, oops!
Oh, thanks.
I did that. It makes it look like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
makes it look
yeah,
like he's
yeah,
pointing
yeah.
at the good prices.
I never thought about
I
that.
saw
People go
that.
around and collect their stickers. Like I did
that.
that. It's like, oh shit! It sounds good.
It's so funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought about that immediately when I saw this. I'm like, that's gonna change in like it was over the summer or
Yeah.
something, and the gas prices are always high. I'm like, in 3 months, this is gonna go down.
Yeah.
And they,
That's so funny.
Yeah.
You stop seeing those stickers. I don't see them.
Well, I think the
anymore, so-
gas. The people who run the gas stations probably was like, I can't have this at my
Yeah,
gas station.
yeah,
They
yeah.
probably took them off, but
Take 'em
I
off.
did think about those people. Like, did they
Yeah.
go around taking them down? So, but my
Bunch of
third.
dum-dums.
So these were all. So there's a lot of different things.
I
Like you can,
gotcha.
like anybody can judge people for something, but like it's whether you hate them and like just despise. So you can try to give them 3 things at least. So my third example was people who wear sweatpants in public. so then I was telling Monique this. I was trying to
see you
explain.
guys later.
I was trying.
He does it all.
I mean,
I was trying to explain this to Monique, and I'm like, I can't talk about this on the podcast. I literally just described Chick. It's
what
gonna
about
sound like I hate
what
him.
about if you're doing like a hot guy walk? You know, you
Always
got
an
your gray
exception
sweatpants
to the
on?
rule.
Exactly.
Maybe
There
this
is.
is teaching you to get to
But you
know
know
those
what?
people a little more.
Huh?
That's-
Yeah.
It also means that maybe
He's
you
the representative.
you have outshined his
I
pet
fit, I
peeves.
fit a lot of. Well, because I think when you judge somebody on all three of those things, he's not getting to know any of those people.
No.
He's just simply looking at their worst.
That's right.
traits.
It's all knee-jerk reactions. But I would always say, like, if I see somebody in sweats, overweight, walking down the street smoking a cigarette, I'm like, fuck you. Like
you
you've-
saw me.
Like it's like you
a
can't.
lot
Do,
of times
like,
you'd say,
like you
It's
can't.
amazing you didn't see him walking from his car to the back door.
Yeah. But I see that person. I'm like,
You
like
lock
you
the
can't.
door.
Like you can't just have it all. Like you have to have some restraint in your life. You can't just do whatever the fuck you want at any point in life.
you can.
Apparently
I'm
you
not
can.
saying that.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm also, when you do this, you don't live exactly on a lap of luxury.
You pay. You're paying your own sacrifices. Are
Exactly.
the you know is the
So
punishment.
this brings me to, it's so funny. So I saw a video of some extremely obese person wearing like nothing. Just, and I'm talking 600 like orca fat. And she fucking, I love my beautiful body, and you know, one of them. So I go to the comments and she's just getting
yeah,
destroyed.
I always feel bad about that, but it's also like, what did
So
you
here's
expect?
my thing. Exactly. Someone's like, "Oh, these people are so mean," and then somebody else was like, "Don't put this picture out there flaunting it
Right.
and not expect it."
It's just a grasp of reality. Like, I'm happy you feel that way. That's great. Walk, like, live
'Cause
life.
she wrote happy and healthy.
But you
too.
know how bad people are in the world. Like, so
Oh,
what did you
yeah.
like? What did you literally expect? And like, what did you need? I don't know.
And you can't put happy or beautiful and healthy, because that's, everyone's like,
Well, you're
you
not.
may feel beautiful,
Right.
you may be beautiful, but I'm sorry, hon, you're not healthy.
You're not healthy.
And then
Scientifically.
she's responding to all these comments, and I'm talking about like a post that semi went viral,
Right,
or
right.
you know what I mean? There's a lot to go through, and it's just like, well, my doctor said I'm healthy. And
Oh,
it's
she was
like,
responding to
oh
these?
my god, yo, it was.
well, we can
like,
talk to Neil about this because Neil talks about this a lot. Where like people see him and they think he's not healthy, but he goes to the doctor and the doctor's like,
Yeah.
you know, you're great. Everything's fine. Your levels are great. So it's
Yeah.
like I don't know. Some people can handle it. Some people just have that, you know, that
I do feel like that, where
Yeah.
it is some people just like, you know, you see the person who smokes until they're 90, and it's like, how the fuck
Yeah.
did
Yeah,
still
there's
doing
true.
this?
I've been like, I think some people's bodies just don't let them be certain weights either. Like
Yeah.
you, like I've
absolutely.
used to, like I used to train MMA, and I would like cut hefty amounts of weight, and I felt like ass, right?
Yeah.
At like 158 pounds, I felt like shit. And then like my body's like, no, man, you're like a 185 to 195, maybe 200. Like that's where you want
where
to
you're
be.
supposed to
Like
be.
that's
Yeah.
like you're. It's just kind of like the way your body's like, no, I don't like this.
I agree
Fuck
with
you.
that to an extent. I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I knew a woman who was like the healthiest person I've ever known in my life. Went for long walks every day. Her diet was like she just kale, you know, whatever people say you're supposed to be eating, like just
It's the staple
the
for
best,
being
like
healthy.
vegetarian,
Kale.
like no red meat, like, and she was always just a little overweight. Like she just
Yeah.
there's nothing that more that she could do to lose whatever
Yeah.
like weight that she was. Like,
It's nuts.
yeah,
I do feel like there are certain you know, maybe it's your whatever it is, where it's just like, it don't matter what you do.
Yeah.
You are what you
Mhm.
are.
Yeah.
Or at least you're going to be relative in
right.
that.
Yeah,
you know,
if she ate worse, she'd blow up. She'd be
she'd
bigger.
blow-
but- yeah,
exactly.
right.
But like, you know,
Yeah.
you're doing your best to maintain the
like
whatever
I can
it
close
is.
this M Night Shyamalan conversation.
Oh, yeah.
What were you in there looking
So
for?
we got a
anyway?
big
I was just looking at his
twist at
movies.
the
I wanted to
end.
see if it was Sixth Sense and the other movies that he did.
The one that I'm actually surprised the most, I shouldn't say I'm surprised the most, is like, I thought Signs, out of all his
gotta pull it
weird
back up again
movies,
now.
was by far the best. But I don't want to get back
Signs.
into
Yeah, well, that was
Shyamalan.
rated. That's rated 6.8. So
I like Signs.
The Sixth Sense is rated 8.2. Unbreakable 7.3. Signs 6.8. And it's just like gone downhill. Oh, Wayward Pines was pretty high. I don't even know that one.
I don't
Split
know
was
Wayward
Split was 7.3.
Split was pretty cool. I liked Split. I thought.
And
it
then
was
his latest one,
interesting.
Servant, was 7.4. But none of them came close to
Servant.
Sixth
Isn't
Sense.
that a television show?
TV series. Yeah,
Look at you.
Look at me. I know
Knock
my
at the
shows.
Cabin. Old.
He's having a big year of film and TV.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
It's like a renaissance. I watched more movies this year than I've ever watched.
Really.
And you fell back in love with him, didn't you?
I did. Although I haven't watched much since the Oscars.
Me neither. Yeah.
But I'm gonna get.
I'm going strong. That letterbox, I love it.
Oh,
Tom,
that's fun, right?
we
Yeah.
did like for the Oscars this year. We tried to watch every single movie,
Oh, jeez.
and we got pretty close. I mean,
He did
I did
got
everything
it all.
except for Godzilla -1, which is
Godzilla,
like
well, you
what you were
And
unable to watch
you know why I
anywhere.
found out why is because that Godzilla vs Kong.
Yeah, you know why?
Oh,
you know how you found
did
that
tell
out?
me that? I
'Cause
knew
told
somebody
you.
told me that. Yeah. I didn't know if it was you or somebody else, but I knew I was.
So we
told
all
that.
got pretty close.
Yeah.
Ryan the closest, but I'm not like a big movie guy. I
Me
don't
neither.
watch a lot of movies, and yeah, it ended up being good. I forced myself through a lot of them though. God, some of them were brutal.
Some of them are bad, real bad.
It's just I'm very specific with like things that I watch because
Yeah.
I'm a gamer, so I like doing I like playing things.
Did you
and
watch
doing
Console Wars on Paramount? It's basically about Nintendo and Genesis. They're
Things? Oh, like the old
the
like battles
of how
between.
Nintendo was like the original, then Genesis came in, and it was
Things
actually
were
pretty
wild.
interesting.
That
What
was
is that?
It's just a documentary.
A doc?
So I actually watched it last night.
like the competition, the competing
Yeah.
of the different consoles and stuff. I don't know
Yeah.
that was definitely like an interesting time growing up.
Because, yeah,
It's, like
they-
so much going
Dude, there
on.
was. They had Nintendo, well, or NES, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it, and then Genesis, and then they
they
had to
had
come out with
Sega.
Super Nintendo.
Yeah. But then you had Xbox and PlayStation.
Well, then they didn't get to
like,
that
yeah,
because basically after those
That-
two, the other ones were irrelevant.
Kinda, yeah.
That's funny. I pull up every once in a while, every 6 months, I pull up a Nintendo emulator on my computer and I play a couple old games I used to
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
Best.
And that nostalgia usually lasts like 15 minutes and I'm over it. But I play every time I play it, I'm like, God, I was so obsessed with this game. I used to really love video games when it was Nintendo and then the
Yeah.
beginning ages of Sega. But I'm like, I really get why kids love video games now because I can imagine if I was obsessed with this game, like imagine
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
playing like you're in a real world with VR and shit
insane.
like that.
It's
I would
crazy.
lose my mind. I would never.
They're
get
like
over-
movies, the games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they have plot lines and stories that you're not even playing, and you're like in between, I guess, playing. You have
Yeah.
like a 15-minute
Those long
short
story
film.
games. Yeah.
that's another thing that fits in my judgmental, don't jump to conclusions as people who play video games as an adult. I'll be honest. I know some people do it. I don't relate to it as an adult. And but the lucky thing is I don't see them walking around, so I can't. You know what I mean? I'm not bump into people playing video games
That's true.
unless
You
they're on,
are,
unless
and
they're
you
on a-
probably don't even know it.
unless they're
yeah.
on like
They probably do. They do like remote in now. People can just use their phone and remote into
Yeah.
their PlayStation at
Actually,
home.
I did
playing games.
I did walk
I know
into
people
work.
that do it at work.
Yeah.
I did walk into work and a guy was sitting at a desk. He was playing on
Playing
a
like
phone.
Elden-
yeah.
yeah.
And I was like, this
Elden
guy.
Ring or whatever. Yeah.
If he was smoking in sweatpants, forget it.
I actually, games got too much. I like a
Same for me.
simple,
Same
fun
for me.
game. Like,
They're too much.
not
Yeah.
that, like, I don't want to play a video game where it's like, sometimes it's cool when you got to think a little, but it
It's like
gets,
feels like stressful, right?
yeah, but it's like too hard. And then, like, now you play everything with, like, online, and you got these kids who are fucking awesome. Who It's like, it's hard to even enjoy, say, Call of Duty if you're, like, an amateur.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want to go, novice.
I would never want to play against somebody because I would always assume I suck and like,
You would be proven that you suck because you're
right.
not putting in
but then, like,
hours.
But
These
then
kids
somebody
got
else
hours.
knows. I'd
Yeah.
rather suck in privacy against the computer.
Well, that's
it's
the
crazy,
other
too.
thing.
What's crazy is like when it comes to gaming, like the pro gamers. Do you know how old they age out of professional gaming?
30.
25.
Okay.
That's when you officially are
like
over the
gymnastics,
hill.
it's like a
So,
gymnastics.
So like
I don't know
Yeah.
how that's
once
possible.
you hit
though. Why is
because
there
your
an age
brain
limit?
because your cognitive function like after 25 is kind of like that peak point, right? Your brain is fully
So these
developed,
kids
and then
really
after
get
that, we all
worse?
just start to. Yeah, they go into like coaching and stuff. So like these kids that win,
Coaching?
these kids that win,
There's also just, like,
millions
reflex,
of
like,
dollars.
your
and
coordination is-
coordination,
yeah.
reflexes, everything starts to decline. So like these 20-year-olds that are winning, they
We're all slowly
they go
dying.
hard
Yeah.
and they win like millions of dollars, and then they
You know what though? I
do
get it
coaching
because
and
there is a
yeah.
there's definitely a skill to it. Like people who are just good at every game,
Yeah.
and people who are not
Yeah.
good at anything.
I was
Yeah.
never good at any of these games.
I'm not declining because I'm unbreakable, but I can understand that. Right?
Yeah.
I was what I would call like an average. If I put in the time, I would be good. But a lot of things I just didn't. But I was pretty good.
I like quiet. Like I'm like you, like what you were saying. Like I don't. Every once in a while, I'll do one of those like long story games, but I don't actually really like because it's too much. It's too much. Like oh yeah, I got to read all of this content and
remember
like
all this
understand
shit.
everything.
lot,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like simple, quick
What's your
hit
game?
I
games
like
with my friends.
Mario was my favorite game ever.
Mario's fun.
And
It's great.
to me, that's the perfect game for me, where it's
Yeah.
like You got a board. I got to beat it. There's an end.
The new one's
There's like
super
a simple fucking
trippy.
premise, and there's hidden things.
Yeah.
It's like fun and cool. Like that's it.
The
That's
new
all I
one's
need.
super like trippy. It's like got like, you know, it's a regular Mario game, but you can play like with each other at the same time and stuff. But like it's
You
got
say
some
regular.
fucking-
It's not. What is the first Mario called when it's just
Like
a
a
one board?
platformer.
Is
Yeah,
that,
it's
that
like a
called- That's a
platformer.
platformer, right?
Yeah.
But you can't go backwards. So, but then initially, like in the Mario 3, could you go back? You can
Mario
go backwards,
3
right?
was the best ever because you could go backwards.
you can go
Yeah.
backwards.
Oh.
Yeah.
and you could get everything you missed.
Yeah.
You know, I
Interesting.
never even finished Mario 1.
I don't know if I ever beat the game.
Never
honestly.
beat any game.
What do you
did,
do,
yeah.
Brendan? You don't watch movies. You don't
I-
play video games.
If I'm
He
doing
watches
video
movies,
games, it's all sports stuff.
Oh, okay. Sports
That's-
games are fun. Though.
I get every year I'll get like the Madden,
oh, okay.
the basketball game.
You have a console?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
PlayStation.
a PS5.
I just
Wow.
play FIFA now with my nephew.
He's got like the.
He's got like the top of the line. I was
But I
like,
use it for I use my PlayStation for you know, my whole
entertainment.
Right,
my
console.
Netflix is on there too.
Right.
'Cause
But
they
I'll
are
play,
now,
I'll play
yeah.
the video games once in a while.
I thought
did
about getting
play.
one of those, but yeah,
I
You
really
got
enjoy
money
it.
to spare.
Yeah,
it's burning a hole in my pocket. It was either gonna be that, maybe the Apple VR, something like that.
dude, that
If you would get the VR, we should tape us playing VR.
that I tried. My buddy has
the
it.
Apple one?
Yeah, and it was wild.
Yeah.
I was outside in the back of Flux Coffee,
Yeah.
just with it on, and it took me to other places, man.
That's
I was,
so crazy.
It took me other places, man.
it is.
Like he was tripping.
I was.
my
and
nephews love that
I
shit.
had to take it off because it was too much. It was so intense.
I want to try it.
I get not. I like literally get lightheaded and
get
dizzy.
bigger
I get
headaches.
motion sickness.
Can you
real
not
bad,
do
so-
anything now with your head?
So the headache
With
is
your
not-
head.
Well, no.
What do you do with your head?
No, I do everything. I do. You know.
I don't mean like you're disabled, but like the things like that fuck with you.
Though things like that have always fucked with me. I get really bad motion sickness.
Maybe that's all in.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's just like built in me. It's like, you know,
It's
people
so
just
funny.
get it. I don't know.
Because Tom goes, I get motion sickness, and then you go, "There's something wrong with your head. You get motion sickness." Like you just asked the same thing that he was said.
I don't know what it is. I like can barely go on like any rides or anything like that. I get
I don't
super
like
fucked
rides.
up.
Never been on a roller
I tried
coaster.
doing VR like once or twice. I could do there's that one game called Beat Saber. Have you ever seen that
What's
one?
that one?
It's literally like you just stand there and like these kind of directions come and it looks like you have two lightsabers and you just kind of like it's
Oh,
kind of
that's
like,
like
a
a
Guitar
dance-
Hero rhythm type game. Yeah.
sounds
Dan-
cool.
Yeah.
Were you guys good in Guitar
fun.
Hero?
I was a beast at
I
Guitar
never
Hero
really
back in the
played
day.
Oh,
I play a little bit.
I was just, it was like
joking,
aged out.
man.
Like I wasn't, I was, if it was, you know, earlier in my video game
I had a couple
time.
buddies who were fucking filthy in Guitar Hero.
Yeah, I'm
Filthy.
I'm not as good as I was back in the day.
You
but
had you were.
I was pretty good at Guitar Hero.
Dude,
yeah.
watching people play Dance Revolution in public, like at an arcade, is
Oh,
so
oh my God.
fucking
Yep.
funny. Because they're like these people who
with the
they don't-
sweat towels and stuff, and they're like
I
and the
haven't- I don't
gloves.
know about
You
sweat
never
towels.
seen them? Oh
No.
my gosh!
Whoa.
But you get people like these are people not like they're video gamers. They're not dancers. They're video gamers. But like so they're just like really. It's almost like the Irish step dancer.
It
Like
is,
they're just moving below the waist.
Yeah,
like,
you
it's
got to
just-
go.
and they're not dancing.
No,
they're
they're
just
just-
touching
Yeah.
thing that's glowing.
still really hard.
Oh no,
Oh,
I
I'm
know.
not- I don't
played
mean to say-
DDR
I don't
a
mean to
couple
say it's
times.
easy.
My
I
whole
end up
point is-
backwards every time.
yeah.
Like, how the fuck did this happen?
My point is that it's more of like a reflective.
It's a rhythm
thing.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen this VR pad that you walk in? I think Disney has been creating it.
No,
so
what's that
it's a
one?
pad you stand on, and
Okay.
like so when you walk, you don't actually you can walk in
Oh,
any you can
I
walk
have
in
seen
any
those.
direction. You don't actually move, so you're not going to walk into a wall.
Yeah,
Oh,
so like
that's
you could
cool.
be in
Yeah.
a game like I've seen videos of people that it's in like Skyrim, which is like
So it's
the
like you're
big-
Mario.
Yeah, but you wouldn't do it for I don't know if it would work for Mario because that's like a 2 to
To hit the thing, just jump on, boing, boing,
Yeah.
boing.
You kind of look like Mario.
It's
Yeah, I was
me,
just
Mario.
I pictured I just pictured him just like
I would love it if he was Mario.
but like doing these short hops and then like in the game he goes
That's gonna be my Halloween costume.
With his
I'm
little
gonna have
sweatpants.
I'm gonna dress up as Mario, but I'm gonna tie something that's like right above me. Is gonna be the square thing that you hit.
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm gonna
good.
try and jump in.
Squid thing. Yeah. God,
you know
I
if
love
the
it.
square thing's attached to you when you jump
I won't
it'll
hit it.
also raise
I no, I'm aware, but it would be fun. Like you
I'll
have it
never
above
There's
your
a
head.
way. There's a way you could rig that though. That's
Maybe when I jump, it moves down.
it just This is like some gravity stuff we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm trying to engineer that, how that's going to work.
Maybe somebody stands behind you with a big block and just hits
Hits
you
me
in
on
the
the
head.
head.
I'll go as the block.
But yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that thing, like someone jumping into like a game, and I saw them like put on the headset and they're on the pad, and I see them just start to walk through like this
Yeah.
open world
Yeah.
with like a
Yeah.
bow and sword, and they're just like, and then I just see them get a big smile on their face, and they just start running,
Yeah.
like through the hills and stuff.
But it's
That's
not a
nuts.
treadmill because you can turn in any direction. And
Yeah,
the thing
you
just keeps
literally
up with you.
just-
It's like just
you
rolling
move.
Oh,
balls
so you
under your
don't
feet. It
move
just rolls
the
balls.
thing. It rolls.
It's
it
like an
back. Okay.
omnidirectional treadmill.
That's
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
cool.
But it's kind of like it's a little bit circular, so like
Yeah.
it kind of keeps your
The games are only getting sicker. Like this stuff, I just want to try. I'm like the old guy who just like wants to try
simple.
it. Like
Yeah.
the hoverboard.
I
when
wanted
you
to
get
buy-
on those little, what do they call them?
Hoverboards.
Not the hoverboards, but the. I always consider them hoverboards, even though they don't hover.
The one wheel?
The two things that the kids you put them on.
They're
like
literally they're called hoverboards.
Are they? Oh,
yeah,
so I was
the,
right.
like the little things that go like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, those, yeah.
Those things are fucking awesome if you're good on them.
I've never tried one.
Oh,
I would, just it
What
came
is
up on a by accident before. Now I'm
Mine
trying to
came
make it.
up.
how
I
did
saw
we
it.
get the
Did you?
uh
Yeah,
the
you,
fireworks?
you both gave thumbs up. Let's everybody
Big.
give thumbs up to the camera. Hey!
Yeah!
Hey!
Me and Chick froze.
Oh shit!
We broke it. Oh,
Oh,
fuck
that's hilarious.
us.
Explosions.
Oh, we
There's the shot for the.
That's hilarious.
We
we
broke
learned
it.
this a couple weeks ago that you could give thumbs up
And it does
and,
like
and it recreates it.
that's so
That was
funny.
actually pretty cool though.
That
Here
was.
we
Yeah,
go.
don't do it again because I don't feel like shutting it down.
breaking it.
Yeah.
We got so live, we shut down the pod.
What's your current game then? 'Cause yeah.
I have been. Every once in a while I reignite my Rocket League addiction.
Oh, okay.
Have you
I
ever played
wanna
Rocket
know
League?
how- I tried to play and it very confusing.
This game
Rocket League?
specifically?
This game.
Rocket
yeah.
League is
There's a lot of
it's
them, though, it
soccer
seems.
with cars. That's like the whole game, and like the cars have boosts, and you can fly these cars around, and you're just playing a game of soccer,
Oh, that
2v2s or 3v3s. It's a very hard game to
It's
learn
hard.
how to play.
I'm like this seems easy. I could do this.
And like
I'm like, what the
it's
hell?
one of those things where I know I suck at the game because like when I got it, I was like, I heard about it, I wanted to play it, I played it, I was so excited. I went to like the competitive and I got up to like gold level, and I was like, gold level, hell yeah, I'm great. And then I googled it, and there's 4 tiers above gold level,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh no, I'm like top of the bottom pile, like I'm trash at this game. But like it's so fun that I don't really care.
It feels good with some of those games, and you hit like a certain like, you're like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not. you
Yeah,
know.
but I'm not like that
But
was
then
like
you realize you're still not.
But that's the thing is like I'm not gonna, if you look up what people can do in the game, you're like,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
even know how this game works actually. But yeah, if you have it, you
You're
ever want
over
to
the
play?
hill. You're over the hill anyway. So
Yeah, you're way over the hill,
I
right?
played a game. Let me see if you know this game because I played my first game that like you go into a world or something and you make decisions. I don't know. It's not
Zelda?
open world.
Was it Zelda?
It wasn't Zelda. It wasn't Zelda. But that is a good one.
Was it a dating sim?
No. It was called, and I finished the game. It was called Detroit Becomes Human. Have you ever heard of it?
No, that
I
sounds like an
loved it.
indie game.
I
It sounds like
loved
a
it.
really like that's cool.
It was.
He always finds this weird shit that nobody else
It was
plays.
so cool. It was like you're in the city of Detroit, and there's these robots, and you're. I don't know. I don't even.
Nobody's
know.
ever said that. It was so cool. You're in the city of Detroit.
I like
yeah.
That is true. But this is
Say
the
that to
future,
Eminem.
and we're robots. This weekend, the Detroit was pretty cool. They showed up for the NFL draft.
That was in Detroit.
Yes,
I didn't watch a second of it.
I watched it all.
I'm a draft guy. I
I know this about
just
you.
wait until the end and look and see who we
You know
got.
what I do? The football draft was this weekend.
Yeah.
I do something weird.
So he mushed our Knicks because he wore a Jets hat.
I didn't wish you next, but I do something
How many
weird.
games have we lost in the playoffs?
I'm shut up. I message all the new Jets.
Yeah.
Welcome to the team. Nobody has gotten back to me yet.
What did you like on Instagram or?
yeah, on Instagram. Like I sent.
Yeah, who'd you do this
Olu
with?
Fashanu. Welcome to the Jets. This fan base is gonna love you. Nothing back. I also went to another guy. This
Is it
guy
on Twitter or X?
This is on Instagram.
Instagram.
I DM these guys.
yeah, you
I-
did this once with somebody, then you met him, right? Who was that?
I'm surprised their DMs were open if you're like a professional football
Well,
player.
Can
a
you
lot of
shut
them-
your DMs down?
Yeah, of course.
It probably goes into like how I'll get a lot of DMs that
I wanted to
Are
DM
requested.
Joel Embiid this weekend.
I mean, I don't know.
But
It
I didn't because
depends. What were you
I'm not
saying?
a fucking child who thinks they know he's not going to respond.
I don't know.
Worth a shot.
Yeah, you never
Yeah.
know. One of these days, somebody's gonna write back.
Listen, my sister was,
I know.
got in
Is that
touch
still
with
happening?
a New York Giant. So
But he
What?
doesn't,
Is
you
she-
know,
well,
My-
you never
a
know.
New York
Look at
Giant
you.
reached out to my sister.
Oh,
You never know.
these guys aren't going to
But, you
answer.
know,
They're going to
My
answer
sister
the
doesn't
DM
look
from.
like Chick, so
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're going to answer a DM from a female more likely than
That's very true. But
Yeah.
I'm just
the man with the skin droop on his fucking.
learn
chin.
how to say a sentence before you insult me, you idiot. I'm just congratulating them. I'm not trying to go on a date with them. I'm not trying to meet them. I'm just like, welcome to the team. We're a good fan base. That's what. That's
You're
all.
not though. You're the worst fan
God,
base.
I can't. This guy.
I hate the Jets. He mushed the Knicks on Friday.
they named their own
Wait,
team after like
but
a
aren't the-
disease.
You're
Wait,
the biggest mush.
why did
Gangrene?
him wearing a Jets hat
He's a
mush the
moron.
He
Knicks?
brings that bad juju from the Jets to the Knicks, and it was Knicks.
But they're not
game
even the
night.
same sport.
He's a moron.
Yeah, but it was just that night.
Was
He's
this-
wearing a Knicks jersey.
This is some
and then a
Mercury's and
Jets.
retrograde kind of shit right here.
He gets mad at what I'm wearing. Isn't this the craziest
I
thing?
actually, speaking of what you're wearing, I'm a big fan of this '80s style meat market heavy
Thank
metal.
you.
Me too. I love it.
Brand
Show it to the
new-
camera.
I,
Move that mic. Show that to the
Brand
camera.
new merch, guys.
Love it.
Boom.
I
Yeah.
actually think that's a dope shirt.
I love it. If I ate
love
meat,
that
I would
shirt.
wear the hell out of that shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, it says carnivore.
Why can't
tour.
you support B's place of employment?
I can't
without,
walk around supporting meat consumption on my shirt.
You have a pit. Oh,
But
yeah,
you're not eating it, so you can feel better about that.
No,
It's
I
just,
can't wear that. I
But
would
he's-
love to wear that shirt. I can't wear that. With
Yeah, but you're
especially
not
with the
eating
picture,
meat.
especially with the picture of a cute cow on it. I hate when
But
places that
that's it.
serve
It's
meat.
a cute cow.
I hate when places that serve meat or chicken, like their logo is the thing that I'm eating. Like,
Yeah.
don't.
I
Show,
know.
I already feel bad about this. You go to a chicken place. There's
Because
there's like
most
a
of us
chicken.
don't
guy.
I mean,
feel
it's like,
bad.
why don't you put a family up there too, like a family of cows too?
Yeah.
That'll make me feel.
There's a great SNL bit from years ago where
Is it
they
with
show
Chris Kattan?
what?
Was Chris Kattan in this?
No, there's a great SNL bit here. There's like it's like a talking chicken, and he's like the head of the chicken place. Like come and he goes, it's this cute little chicken. Come to my fried chicken. We're gonna rip my feathers off. Then they're gonna throw me in oil.
I never saw that, but that's exactly
But
how I
it's the
feel.
whole
Yeah.
it's the whole thing.
So that's how we feel about this your cute little mascot.
Oh man,
Yeah,
he's okay with it. It's just a cartoon.
Yeah,
Just the cartoon.
it's great. But the shirt itself is great.
Shirt.
But
a
it's
great shirt.
even the '80s style
debuting it.
three. Like,
Three
that's
quarters,
a great shirt with the
the
black
color,
on top,
separate
and
color.
Yeah, the separate.
I
color
should see if I can get
sleeves.
adult baby shirts that look like that.
This would be
You know,
that would be
you know
cool.
what? One of my things I hate about myself is I don't look good in those types of shirts. They don't fit my physique well.
What does fit your physique well?
Hoodies, sweatpants.
That's a good softball uniform.
It's great, but
yeah.
those really. Whenever I put those on, I don't like the fit around my stomach and tits.
Do you think that basketball jerseys fit you? Fit your
No,
physique?
I'm not saying they don't, but my body doesn't look like
You're
they
a sports
do in
nerd.
that.
Look, we're talking about people who wear their politician
I hear you.
Yeah,
support.
yeah.
He's a
That's good.
sports nerd.
I
And he
am.
gets mad if
Oh,
if I'm not wearing his colors.
Sports people are nerds.
Yeah.
Like
No,
I played.
I'm a big time nerd.
I played Dungeons and Dragons. Sports people. We both know stats.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? We both sit
it's just
around
different,
and
different,
hang with our
things.
friends,
Yeah.
drink beer for 4 hours.
Well,
like,
I don't even hang with.
Oh,
my
you don't have
friends
friends.
during
Okay.
sports. No, I watch at home. Except I went to a watch party, the Knicks fan TV. Big shout
Yeah.
out.
So how did this all happen?
So
Because that's very cool.
wait, what is it?
I
like an with? What? Explain to me what the watch
so
party
Nick
is.
fan TV is. I guess it's. They do podcasts. They do post game interviews. Like they do post game radio. I guess it's not really podcasting. But they just have a heavily. It's all Knicks, and you know, it's like a good thing to follow for the Knicks because I don't really like following ESPN and stuff because it's all just shock value nonsense. Nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about. So I just
tell
I
us
like
how you
the
really
Nick,
feel.
I like the Nick fan TV. So they have a watch party for all the playoff.
I learned
games.
nothing from that.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Just go on.
So they have a viewing party. You got to pay for like a table or whatever up front. And my buddy got it, and he asked me and my other friend if we wanted to go. Now, normally I never watch any playoff stuff, at least with anybody. I like to stay home. I'm sorry, Ryan. Bear with me.
No. It's
I So I like to watch by myself, no distractions. I don't like to hear anybody else. I like to chain smoke and watch my games.
In his gray sweatpants.
Exactly. And they hit me up. I'm like, yo, we want to go to this viewing party. It was in the city at some bar. It was actually pretty cool. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'll go. And I wound up going, and we had a very good time. Great food. It was at Sucker Punch Sports Bar in Manhattan. And it wasn't like, so normally when you go to bars, there's people, not half the people don't care. They're not paying attention. So they're talking. It's loud.
Not for the playoffs.
There's music. Yeah. So this, because it was a Knicks fan, like there was an event that they ran there. In between it, they had a DJ that would play music, but whenever the game was on or anything like that, they shut the music off, and you have a whole bar focused on the TVs there. And it was great food, good friends, and it was a miracle win at the end of that game.
Yeah.
And I had a bunch of video of us
I
going
can hear
fucking
the screaming
nuts.
from here. Yeah.
Well, if you go to my
Miracle
Yeah.
win or bad calls? What was it?
miracle win.
Yeah, it was
I didn't watch the game. I just heard
There was
like,
bad
a lot
calls
of-
in the
a lot-
last 2 minutes, but before that, there was a lot of bad calls against us where it shouldn't have been in, but whatever. We wound up winning the game. Place goes nuts, so we have video of me jumping around like a fucking lunatic. But it was so much fun that I was like, all right, I'll do this on game 2s of series.
They're
Game
fun.
twos.
They're fun.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fun to do that.
All right.
Wait, you can do this. You can do this again.
They do it every game.
So you gotta buy a spot for this.
Yeah,
thing.
so it was like $200 advance for a table. And we, it was my buddy and a couple
not too
people he
bad.
took.
not
He
bad at
bought
all.
it, and then we just paid for everything over $200. We
So just
split.
game 2s though.
Yeah, because I still want to watch mostly at home. It was a fun
Game
experience.
2 is exciting enough, but low stakes because it's not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
not like, it's all right.
That's
it.
a
Yeah,
good
when you're-
game to pick. Game
It's a
2.
game
I like
two.
it.
When you're
Yeah.
home alone,
You're not in or
for
out
like
yet.
hours,
no matter what. Yeah.
No matter what, it's not a do or die game.
Yeah.
Right.
So you just sit at home alone for hours and watch the game.
Yeah, I usually,
Just
so
like
last Nick game at home, I smoke probably a
stress.
joint, a quarter, and cigarettes in between.
Smoke is always going into his lungs.
That's a
It's-
lot.
It's crazy.
That's a lot of smoke.
Yeah. He's.
Do you
just
think there's
game.
an interest for switching topics a little bit here?
Yeah, no.
Dungeons and Dragons. You were equating Dungeons and Dragons to this,
Yeah,
sports.
nerdy
I mean,
stuff.
does everybody ever get like this with Dungeons and Dragons stuff? Like, when people,
Sit
You
at
don't
home.
watch
Well,
it,
you
though.
when
can.
people are in public shouting together and
Oh, there's professional voice actors and stuff that do live D&D shows at I think there's one.
But is there cheering?
College Humor. Have you know College Humor? You ever
Yeah.
watch? So College Humor has Dimension 20 as their live D&D show. They're performing at the Garden.
But is
Yeah,
it like... but is
people
it-
watch.
Do they
And it's-
watch and cheer, or is it like... what
Kind of people will go and watch.
is Dan Harmon a part of that? You know Dan Harmon?
No, he's not.
But I was gonna say, is there interest in taking somebody like me who knows absolutely not? I'm completely baffled by the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's all like kind of like
We
you
tried.
you make it up.
We
as you
tried
go,
it
right?
with that. Brendan
I
played
played
once.
Had you ever played it before?
I fucking flaked.
He
Because-
flaked.
no.
Well, we tried doing like a recording, which none of the recordings came out, so it never saw the light of day. But
I thought
actually
mine was
played,
the only one that didn't. Other
no,
people too?
Other people say this. We did. We actually played. I had Nick Tardo, John Sell, Zach Zorovich, Miguel Silva, and
Zach Zorovich looks like a Dungeons. and
Rob
Dragons
Hall.
guy.
They all came over. They
Are they Dungeons?
they hit me up and they're like, hey, we want to try playing. And I guess I was like, yeah, just come over, and we played.
Can I tell you, the idea of it sounds fun.
This is
and,
what
It
happened.
would be a good
This is
time.
what happened the last
But
time.
then when push
I'm gonna
comes
bore
to
all your
shove
listeners
and I
again.
have
They're
to
like, this
get
is why
down
this guy
and do
wasn't
it.
back in 4 years.
Yeah, I flaked it.
Ryan, we literally had this conversation. We asked Tom about Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, that
Full
sounds
circle.
yeah, well, let's try it. And then we go to do it, and Chick backs out. Everybody else backed out. Chris was a part of it.
Yeah,
It-
that's right.
It was only me. I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you played.
It
with
was
your
fun.
friends. It's fun. It's actually better. Like we did it. It was like during the pandemic. Honestly, if you ever wanted to play again, let's just do it.
So
in
you can play
it's
with
way
two people?
better. No, we had other people. Neil played. Neil's played before.
I know Neil's a fan.
It would be better to just do it in person.
I feel
we
like
can just
that's
do it
what
in
you gotta
person now.
Get me to do it is do it in person.
Also, for you, next time I'll just be like, instead of having you try to figure out to make a character, I'll just make you a character.
that's probably best
yeah,
bet.
and just be like, yeah.
There was just so much work. I'm like,
There
we're not
was a
even
lot of
playing, and
work.
he's like,
I find it just
you
so
got to make a
confusing, the whole-
character.
it's
what's
pretty
this?
intimidating.
I couldn't tell you what I did. I don't know. I was
You
rolling
also
dice.
you picked one of the most complicated classes to play.
But I don't know.
That's
don't,
okay.
How, Why was it so complicated?
Because it was the druid is like you can turn into animals. You have all of these spells you can
seems
do
like
and
a good
stuff. Like,
idea.
and then, but then if it's like you have your stats, but then if you're like, I'm gonna turn into a bear, be like, cool, here are all the bear stats now because you're a fucking bear. You're
So
not
why
like,
wouldn't everybody want to be that?
oh, it's a really cool class to be, but when you're first starting out, it's kind of confusing.
Was there? Did they
Yeah.
make a video game in like the 80s and 90s? Dungeons.
There's
and
been
Dragons?
tons of video
Video games?
games,
Oh, yeah.
movies, and stuff. Did we just lose? Some?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's been tons of movies.
When I
and
get to
video
work
games
every
and
morning,
stuff.
so there's a night crew that works where I work, and so I
Yeah.
come in at 5 o'clock in the morning. There's 2 guys, sometimes 3 guys, that worked all night, and then they in the break room and they're playing either Dungeons and Dragons or the other one. What's the other one that everyone likes to play? It's the same. Like
Is it
similar thing.
cards or is it?
Card- Yeah,
what are
it's
you talking
cards.
about?
It's
Magic
cards.
the Gathering?
Maybe Magic the Gathering. Yeah.
Gathering.
I don't know. I didn't
I
get
don't know
close
what
enough.
Played
I
that
don't-
one too.
But they're playing one of those games, and like they just worked for 10-hour shift, and before they're going home, they're sitting here at 4:30 in the morning playing this
Wow.
Dungeons and Dragons. I'm like, this is the real deal. People really love this.
Yeah, it's fun. It's
Yeah.
a fun game. I just like the
It takes a long time.
You gotta really love it.
it ten. Yeah, it
after
takes
work.
I just like I'm a very social person, so like I don't know, just hanging around a table. Like, but I had friends over last weekend.
Right.
And we just came out, we hung out, we'd get high, drink beers, and fucking roll dice and kill shit.
Nothing
That's
wrong
what
with
that whole part of it to me is like, oh, I could do that. But then it's just a lot of thinking. And he was asking us all these questions
all the
before
thinking.
Yeah,
we
I put
even
you-
started. And
So-
it just was like, I don't know if I could do this.
Yeah,
I
if you
flanked
ever,
big time. I did.
I'm not gonna pursue it, but if you reach out to me
fair,
and you wanna
that's
play,
a fair way to go.
and you guys want to play, message me.
I'll
pick
bring
a
the
day.
Tylenol.
Y'all come over to my place. Come over to my place in Oceanside. I'll just make you a fucking character. I'd be like, when I tell you to roll this dice, you add that number, and then you just fucking go. And then I'll just let you
That's it.
hack
Okay.
off some goblin
I
heads or
almost
some
complained
shit.
this morning of a headache before, but when he told me that, I'm like, I'm not even going to complain about my.
Oh, did you
little
have a headache?
that
Oh
had
no, I don't do
Tylenol.
that to people.
Does Tylenol work?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
It's not.
I was. Go ahead.
That's the worst though when people are like, I don't know, like everyone gets headaches. So
Yeah, no,
if
I
every
know.
time someone's like, oh, I have a headache, oh really?
Yeah.
Everybody.
Well, shut up. Unbreakable. Give me the bat. We'll test this theory. I hate when people do that. Like, well, I get it.
You
Like,
don't know what it
imagine
is.
if I was like that. That would
Yeah.
reduce my rating.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
that would
it would.
reduce my rating
It
if
would.
I can't talk to this guy every time I have a headache. He's like, well, I've had a headache
It'd
for
bring you down
years.
to a
Like,
3.
yeah, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
I was
It's like,
at a place last night waiting for food, and I was eavesdropping on the couple next to me that was first date, maybe second, maybe maybe there was a small coffee date, and then this was the first out to dinner date. But I heard him tell her that he's in a fantasy, has a fantasy football team, whatever. And I was just like, that's a hard left turn. Like on a
Why?
date.
There's no
Why
excuse
now?
to bring
Yeah.
that up. Zero.
I
But
disagree.
if it's who you are,
Put your cards on the fucking table.
If she should know that going into it.
But his fantasy football doesn't take that much time out.
It doesn't. But he's talking about how his buddies, his friends, the commissioner, and he's got to be here for the draft. And I was, I'm always like,
No, fuck that.
but it was really early. That might be something that within the first 10 dates you got to say, but I don't know about like first and second date. I don't know if that needs to come
I
up
don't
first
think
and
you
second
need
date.
to
like
really
throwing
say
shit
it.
out.
I don't think
I
it's
was
that. Like
just-
to me, fantasy football. I mean, I guess there's certain people who do.
I guess. I mean,
take it a whole different level than say.
He was like
most-
a good-looking guy, and I just was like, as soon as he said, it, I looked at her face to see her reaction, but she was like, oh, and I'm like, I think she's attractive enough to him that it's not going to be
right.
an effect for the
I
night.
love how this is all going in here.
Oh, I'm just there. I'm
overanalyzing
there
it.
waiting for my food, and they're just like sitting there watching these people.
Is
Like,
he gonna get laid
like
tonight?
I
that?
used to
Yeah.
work at I used to work at Starbucks.
That's not going to help. What he just said, what he said's not going to help for sure. It might not
It
seal
might
the
not
deal,
seal
but
the
it's
deal.
gonna,
It's not
helping.
He better come back with something else.
Yeah.
I used to work at Starbucks, and I remember sitting there on my lunch break, and there's a first date happening right next to me, and I'm doing that
No,
thing.
I'm
I'm
just
like,
making
I don't
fun
know
of how
what he's
B,
doing.
B had a weird look in there.
Oh.
He was looking like, and he couldn't
and
see anything. You look like fucking Casper
I start
on the screen.
I start leaning over, just kind of eavesdropping, and it's going kind of, in the beginning they're like, oh, they have dogs, they like hiking or whatever, and then like 4 questions in, it was right after the Trump and Hillary election, like 4 questions in, she just goes, so who'd you vote for? And I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
and I was like, and I just hear him like, I feel the hesitation. He goes, well, obviously I couldn't vote for Hillary, and I was like, wrong and I was like, no second date, bro. And I was like, and I saw her like, and I was like, oh, it's over.
I'm blown away by anybody who go on a date.
And ask
Personally, no, not ask that before even going on a date. Some people are not as politically minded or don't care that much.
Yeah.
I'm somebody who I could never go on a date with somebody who voted for Trump. So I would never my opening line was like, who did you vote for? Like I would be like, I don't even want to waste the time.
Don't waste anybody's
I don't want to waste the time
Yeah.
talking if I don't.
So you don't. All right, I get it. I mean, I don't care what somebody's
there's
political.
like breaking. There's
That's one of your.
To
breaking
me, it
points.
depends
what I'm-
on how you go. Like, if you're not a politically minded person and you don't talk about it, you don't argue it, but when you go in the booth, you vote the way you vote. I don't care who you vote for. It's the people that,
It's a high vocalization.
yeah,
I
or
agree.
like
I agree
who
with
wear
you.
that vote on their sleeves that bother me.
That was the case to me before Trump. I was okay with that. I still
Yeah.
would much rather be with somebody who votes the same way I vote and is
And I
proud
get that.
and is not like is proud of how they vote. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's secret, whatever. But if you care enough to want to talk about it, then that interests me. If you're like, oh, it's not really something I talk about, even that is like, well, then I'm not really like, if I can't express,
to each their own.
if you're my partner in life and I can't express my political opinions, and if I'm going to feel judged or I'm going to have to like constantly argue about this, I just want to know we agree on this and we can kind of forget about it. And you know, like if it comes
probably
up,
was her mentality. Like, let's just get this out
yeah,
of the
right.
way. And I
But the
knew
fact-
right. I was like,
but the fact that
he's
she
out.
made it to that first date, like I wouldn't even waste
You
my
wouldn't have
time
gotten
talking
there.
to somebody about.
If you're just like maybe it's just on Tinder or whatever, you know, like
Yeah,
match
even so.
or whatever. You asked that like
Even
before,
so, like I would match
before
you,
you.
but I would be like opening line, like, "Hey, what's going on? You look like you like the way you,
Please
you know,
tell
like
me you
that
don't
for?"
vote Trump.
Yeah, who'd you vote for?
crazy.
Like not every time, but I would definitely.
I kinda
but
get it, though.
Sometimes their profile would lead me to like, oh, I don't even need to ask
Yeah.
this question. But if their if there was some mystery, I would be like, like yeah, everything looks good, but real quick, who'd you vote for? And let me see your feet before we move on.
No, I think there's something to that. I think it's good. Throw your shit out there. You don't want people.
You should have told the
being
road who you
interested.
vote for on your feet and send me a pic.
Are your knuckles too pronounced on your toes? I can't handle that. And also, did you vote for Trump?
Oh God.
That makes me laugh.
That's hilarious.
He's got a big foot fetish. If you don't know,
I'm learning this. So
Yeah.
foot fetish. You like ass play. I remember that from many episodes
Oh,
ago.
yeah, that's
What's
right.
your deal?
he doesn't
No,
like pussy.
Edging is his deal.
Yeah, no. I just I tapped out on everything. I just don't do anything.
You just don't do anything.
Oh, that was funny. Other than that, I don't have much deals.
If you made it this far,
Yeah, I guess.
Oh
so.
my God!
He said the thing. Oh man.
Is that, are we wrapping on that?
I mean, listen, the Knicks are starting
We're at
soon.
an hour. We're at an hour.
I'm fine.
Can
in there.
I do this promotion?
Yeah,
thing
Oh, yeah,
that we're
yeah,
supposed
please,
to do?
plug.
Oh Jesus! Should
what's
let me
going
know
on?
there was
No,
something
it's
to promote.
cool.
Should've done
I
it
feel
earlier.
like
I meant to say it earlier.
I prefer to do it this way instead of coming on right away and being like, guess what? I'm
Yeah.
here for one reason.
Okay.
But not really. So
I
we
like
have
that.
we have a really cool show coming up in Bayshore, New York, at the Bolton Center. It's the Big Laughs in Bayshore, the Up and Comers edition. Essentially, like we got some really, really high end talent of comics that are breaking out, breaking in. It's going to be on Friday, May 31st. Doors at 7, showtime's at 8. We got Will Papura. He's going to be hosting. He's
Will.
incredible.
Love,
He's going to be the best.
Big fan of Will. We got to
Yeah.
get him on the show this year.
Oh man, he's gonna be. Moment I saw him, I was like, "Guess what? You're hosting my show. You're so fun." We got Kyle Mara, we got Aditya Shankar, we have myself, we have Miller Mark, we have this guy Brandon Ryan's gonna be on the show. We got John Sell and we have Alex Quo. So it's gonna be like
It'll be a fun
really
Oh,
killer.
that was I didn't know. What
It's one of the, in my opinion, and things I've been told, it's like one of the best
It's a
shows
lot
on
of
Long
fun.
Island.
It's
So
a lot of fun. I
um,
can't wait.
Where is this again?
fun-
Sorry.
The Bolton Center in Bayshore. So
Oh, okay, okay.
that theater, it was closed down for a long
Is that the
time.
one that's on that Main Street?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
I got a couple friends already that live in the area that are that
Yeah,
are gonna
have
be
them
there.
snag the tickets. The last one we did almost entirely sold out. So it's
Awesome.
like
At the same
260.
place?
Yeah,
Yeah?
263 I think is what it holds, and we're at like
nice.
250. So
Just go to that venue.
yeah,
Sounds
go
like-
to.
I like going to venue. I like checking out all the venues I possibly can. I like knowing what places venues look like.
Yeah.
So go
Like
just for
it,
that.
too.
If that lineup doesn't impress you, just go for the venue.
Yeah, I agree. It's fun to look
It's
at
a great
these
venue.
Sit in a venue and
It's a good area too. There's tons of bars and restaurants right
Yeah.
there. It's a hot
Sounds like
area.
a fun
So,
night out.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
to Bolton,
Please.
boltoncenter.org
I got a good,
/shows.
I got a lot of good food recommendations in that area. So if you want to go to that show, DM me on Instagram and ask me for some food recommendations.
In
I might
Bayshore,
DM
you
you.
mean?
Yeah.
That's your. Which
I
is
might
your?
DM you.
Give us a little
I'd have to
sneak.
go. So
Give
is
us a
that-
sneak peek. Give us like fourth on the list.
Is
Do you know-
Tula's Bayshore, right? That's
Yes.
yeah. So that place is
Yeah.
great. But so they do. Is that what Christian does his show? Or is that a
He
different spot?
does.
Tallulah's?
Or
Yeah.
He does Tula's. So there's Tula's and then there's Tula's.
Yeah.
Tula's is
Oh,
like the
there's two
vegan.
different
Yeah.
ones?
So I
place.
like Tula. Well, I guess that's why I like that. But
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Tallulah's is
Babylon
like-
has more places to eat. So, but they're both.
Are you
good.
learning a lot more about the culinary? What's where because of that you're eating now, or are you still going to the same places, just eating different?
No, yeah. I saw. Last place I went last night was called the Slutty Vegan in Brooklyn.
Wow.
So like
Sounds
I've started
dirty.
Very
making
Brooklyn.
I've started making like an Apple Maps guide. You know, you ever
Okay.
make a guide of all just like vegan spots everywhere?
You can make a guide.
Yeah, you can like add spots and then you can go to the guide and then it
Interesting.
just shows pins of everything. So like I have all like restaurants I want to try. If I open up the map and go to my eat here guide, it just like automatically
You make
shows
this
me.
It's like a
yourself?
sex offender app for vegans.
So like if I'm in an area like in Brooklyn, I can just go to my guide and it'll
That's
show me
fucking
pins
dope.
around me,
I
like the
like
places that I've been wanting to
That
try.
you want to try.
Yeah.
I like
Oh,
that.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I do that with Yelp, but I just like bookmark it. Like
Yeah, it
all
works the
places.
same way. Yeah,
If I'm
just
gonna
Apple
be in a
Map
city,
is
you know,
just a different platform for it.
I like it. I like it.
All right, everybody.
All right.
And also, you're gonna be. We'll see you at the. You're gonna be on panel at the.
yes,
Brandon show.
broken mic.
We're gonna be there
panelist,
too, so.
Me, it's gonna be fun. Let me
May
see if I
9th?
got the-
May 9th.
Yeah, May 9th. It's me, Neil Rubenstein, and Rob White.
Rob White. Nice.
Yeah,
It'll be
We're
fun.
gonna have a lot of fun. Can't wait to make
Yeah.
fun of everyone.
All righty.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for listening.
Like and
Like-
subscribe.
Bye.